The Indian Ocean has a fearsome reputation among sailing's ocean racers, and the Vondée Globe leaders are set to deal with their first monster. Longtime pacemaker Charlie Dalin, MACIF Santé Prévoyance, and second-place Seb Simon, Groupe Dubreuil, are set for a difficult 24 hours which will test their resolve and that of their boats to the full. Although the forecasts for the low, which has threatened the top boats for a few days now, are showing a little more manageable conditions, winds are still going to be more than 40 knots with big seas. But increasingly it seems like, if Dalin and Simon can outrun the worst of the system and not be swallowed by it, they might pull off a minor coup and gain somewhere around 200 miles on the chasing peloton, who are now well to their northwest. The depression is today less strong than what was still being forecast yesterday, but it will nevertheless generate winds of more than 50 knots and up to 7-meter waves, analyzed Christian Dumard, weather consultant for the race. The whole question is whether they will succeed in going fast in very strong winds or whether they will be caught by the light wind coming up behind, explained Dumard. The answer will probably not be known before Saturday, when Dalin and Simon converge back to the north, likely to be quite far ahead of third-placed Johan Richem, Paprec Arkia, and the skippers lined up behind him, including Briton Sam Goodchild in 7th on Vulnerable. He moved north away from the depression yesterday and might be regretting his choice. At the time the decision was easy, but now it's going round in my head a bit. The system is evolving and I can't figure out what to think of the south option. I have the impression that Charlie and Seb aren't going to do so badly in the end. The scenario is starting to turn out rather well for them. The depression is filling in, it's diminishing a lot, and they could get a nice gain, explained Richem. The peloton in the north are not going to be spared, they will still get winds of 30 to 35 knots at times. Paul Mailhat in 9th on Biotham reported seeing 50 knots in the front last night. At the moment, a part of the big challenge for them is not being able to remain in any kind of rhythm. A few knots of wind here and there make such a big difference to the speed and power of these boats, and so they are constantly having to work at it. Those just coming into the Indian Ocean, passing Cape Agulhas today, are not going to be spared. They will immediately connect with their first low in the coming hours, and whilst their own monster does not have the same ferocity as the one the top group are dealing with, they will still enjoy a rude reminder that the Southern Ocean means business, and the easy life of the South Atlantic is over. Louis Burton was forced to abandon the Vondée Globe yesterday. At around midday UTC yesterday, Wednesday the 4th of December, Louis Burton informed the Vondée Globe race management and his technical team that he had encountered serious damage to a mechanical element of the rigging of his IMOCA. For 10 hours after that, the skipper of VALLE searched for a solution to repair it. But his efforts have proven to be in vain. After a careful analysis of the situation, even with the determination that characterizes the skipper, who finished third on the 2020-21 race, Burton had to abandon the race. He is heading towards Cape Town, which he should reach in around 36 hours. While sailing ahead of a depression, in brisk but manageable conditions, Burton suffered sudden damage to a mechanical element of the rigging. This means he can no longer maneuver his boat. The skipper of VALLE took the time to assess the damage, to try everything to repair it and to think long and hard before deciding to abandon. After having repaired serious cracks in his boat alone at sea a fortnight ago, this second major damage has substantially affected the integrity of his boat, at a time when the weather conditions in the Southern Ocean are extremely demanding. This decision was difficult to make, but it is as a sailor who has 2 round-the-world races under his belt, including that third place in the last Vondée Globe, and 15 years of experience on the IMOCA circuit, and 15 transatlantic races to his credit, that Burton leaves this 10th edition of the Vondée Globe.
Okay, I will tack now. Well, this is the first tack since a very long time. And normally we're not tacking in the Southern Ocean. We should be diving downwind, but the low pressure went away. We're now in a high and the wind is turning against us. But tonight we should already be reaching again. So, hey guys, I really had a big mental downer this morning. I will tell you more about it later. I will also try to appear differently. I'm not well. I'm tired and I look crazy, I guess. And look, my boat looks crazy too. All this shit. Oh my God, I didn't manage to clean up. I had so much work last night, I couldn't sleep. But I did the coolest MacGyver thing. I'm so proud of that. Look at this. This was my invention of the distant grip to catch something. I will tell you more about it later. So now we're tacking and I see you after on the other side. Let's go south. Lots of birds here around me. There's an albatross there. I don't know what the little blackbirds are. Here's my albatross. It's like a remote controlled little airplane, no? That moves the wings. Never moves the wings. Another one. What's going on? So many birds.
Bonjour, à bord de Charal. Une nuit un peu difficile avec le front qui m'est passé dessus et des conditions très instables avec des grains et des orages. Là, le front est devant nous maintenant. Donc je vais vous montrer ça tout à l'heure. On a le soleil qui est revenu avec le vent fort aussi plus constant. Le bateau là il va super vite et on va garder du vent très fort plusieurs jours. Et là ce qu'on cherche à faire c'est passer par le nord. Faut essayer de contourner la zone de vent fort qui est juste là. Donc on a vu que MACIF et DUBREUIL on part au sud, donc voilà, c'est un joli pari. S'ils s'en sortent, ça va faire un gros écart, mais nous on pouvait pas faire cette option là. Et nous, ce à quoi il va falloir faire attention, c'est de bien contourner. Là il y a des vagues à 10 mètres en fait, donc il va falloir essayer de contourner par le nord pour essayer de garder une état de mer praticable. Donc là l'idée c'est vraiment d'essayer de garder le bateau à terre. La vie à bord est assez compliquée. De se déplacer, c'est de vous montrer dehors. On a un vent de 33 nœuds là, 32 nœuds. Voilà, j'essaie de leur faire ralentir le bateau un petit peu, mais c'est assez compliqué. Tout de suite il est à 25 ou 30 nœuds.
Salut les amis, bon il pleut, la nuit a pas été très cool, il n'y avait pas de vent du tout en fait, voilà, ça claque de partout comme ça. Depuis hier, pétole. J'ai eu un grain à 25 nœuds tout à l'heure, mais c'est à peu près tout. C'est vraiment pas ouf. Mais bon, c'est pas pour ça que je vous appelle. Vous vous rappelez la fameuse bouée au sable? La bouée météo. Elle est là. C'est le moment de la déployer. Je devais la déployer au Cap de Bonne-Espérance, mais les conditions étaient un peu dangereuses pour ça. Ça fait 25 kg, c'était au fond du bateau en plus pour la sortir, je vous explique pas. Donc je vais profiter de cette accalmie pour le faire. Oh là, il y a un bon grain qui arrive de pluie là. Allez, je fais ça tout de suite. Ah, ça va pleuvoir. Et voilà, elle est là. Oui, c'est vraiment pas spectaculaire. Eh ben, bonne chance, hein. J'avoue que je te dépose pas à l'endroit le plus sympa, mais je crois que c'est ton job. En plein Grand Sud, en plein dans les 40e. Profite de la calmie. Hein. Bon bah voilà, ça c'est fait. Maintenant, il ne nous reste plus qu'à attendre le vent.
Tu voulais être dans le Grand Sud, et bah t'es dans le Grand Sud. Tu voulais rentrer dans l'Indien, et bah t'es dans l'Indien. Il y a des albatros un peu partout, mais bon comme on voit rien dans ce putain de bateau, on imagine comme toujours. Tu voulais de la grosse mer, et ben t'es en plein dedans. Tu voulais du gros temps, et ben t'es dedans. Tu voulais de devant Jean, et ben t'es derrière Jean, comme toujours. Mais je te le dis, on est bientôt à Bonne-Espérance. Et c'est pas fini, ça fait que commencer. Je commence à péter un plomb, j'ai envie d'être devant, comme toujours. Ah.
Hop, il y a déjà 35 nœuds. Je vous emmène prendre un riz avec moi. Petite balade sur le pont.
Hello, just had a little bit of a rudder issue. So the bottom bearing here, there's a bushing in there which was all eaten up, so I had to take the pin out, change the bushing and put the rudder back on. So a little bit of a mission, but we've just managed it. Before the big waves come in, we've probably got 3 meters here and we're waiting for 6. I'm quite happy about that. I'm tired now. See ya.